Alright, a wild Balters appears. Hopefully. Hopefully. So let me check some things so that I'm making sure that I actually appear, you know? Yeah, if you may have already noticed or not, but I don't stream too often. So, yeah, it's kind of weird that I have to check settings after almost each and every stream, you know? I have to check Twitch, check OBS, and stuff like that. And Twitch and OBS, they change at pretty fast pace, you know, so I can't keep up with it sometimes. But for now, everything seems to be alright. Thank God. So, hopefully, Chipmunks won't be visiting me again today, but we'll see. You never know, you know, if we're speaking about them. So, alright, everything seems good. So, yeah, we are ready to go, ready to rock and roll. So today I'll be streaming actually a game which was a surprise for me that I will be streaming it. I was not intending to stream it like at all, actually, but for whatever reason I decided to stream it today. Yeah, it is Pokemon Emerald. And you may wonder why exactly Pokemon Emerald, why not some other Pokemon game? Well, the thing is, it is considered the game from third generation of Pokemon games. So there will be a lot of Pokemon in this game. Maybe 500 or something. Maybe less, maybe more. We'll see. So this game combines the best of both worlds. The best of Pokemon Ruby and the best of Pokemon Sapphire. That's what I heard. This will be blind playthrough. I haven't heard too much about this game at all, but that's the thing that I heard. And yeah, there will be a lot of Pokemon to catch, a lot of things to explore. And overall, I heard that Pokemon Emerald kinda improves over Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire. So it combines the best of both worlds. So that's why I chose Pokemon Emerald for this playthrough. Hey, that Gemster dude, welcome back. Long time no see. I know. I stream very often, you know. But yeah, I stream not so often. There's actually a reason for that. I'll explain the reason during this playthrough. So, if you remember Castlevania Circle of the Moon streams, I was kinda preparing to move to Norway, and I am now in Norway. So things are not exactly like I was planning them to be. So that's why for me all this Norway thing is pretty rough, actually. So it isn't also much longer. Yeah, I heard it's kinda added more content and stuff. But we'll see what will happen, because I'm kinda talking my ass off here, but there's no game, so I think I'll have to start the game, finally. So, okay. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. So I checked this game a bit, how it works gameplay-wise. Only the beginning of it, and I remember the cinematic was pretty epic, this one, so... Yeah! So basically, epic levels are at its max in this cinematic. And yeah, welcome to Pokemon Emerald. So maybe some of you will be kinda like, you know, cringy a bit, because oh man, Pokemon games! Baby games! But actually, there's kind of like some weird magic in regards to Pokemon games. The thing is about them, they are actually all good, all of them. And partly that's because of the nostalgia factor, because I think pretty much everyone grew up with Pokemon games. Pretty much, you know, Pokemon anime, everyone knows about it. But also, I think partly because of the gameplay. If we're speaking about combat mechanics, they're kind of like basic, generic RPG mechanics. They're not too much interesting stuff about them. But when we are speaking about uh, like world exploration and things like that, then it's pretty unique. There are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to interact with. You know, there are some obstacles in your way that you need to find kind of like different skills to advance forward. And yeah, I think you can also ride a bicycle here as well, or something. But we'll see. Like Sapphire, the rival team is Plasma and Sapphire is Magma, but Emerald, it is both of them. Yeah, that's what I heard, that in a Ruby and Sapphire, you kind of have these two opposing teams that you are facing, and in each game you face different team. You know, in Ruby you face one team, and in Sapphire you face the other team. But in Emerald you kind of face both of them. So okay, let's see. I think I'll switch text speed to fast. You know, because there will be a lot of text. There will be a lot of streams of this game as well. So I have to make it kind of faster. You know. A battle scene. I don't know what is this. I'll just leave it at default. Tick rated. Welcome. So hopefully you also enjoy Pokemon games, because I'll be streaming a lot this game. It's a pretty long game. I mean, it combines 3 generations. Like, it's a pretty long game. So maybe there are 500 Pokemon or something ridiculous here. Battle style. I have no idea what is this as well. So I'll leave it at default. Sound also default. Button mode default. Frame. Oh, I see. So you can change these borders around messages. I really like this one, this type free, because it has these Pokeballs, you know, these balls around borders here, around these messages. So maybe I'll leave a type free. Pipes? No, I don't want pipes. This one is too colorful, I think. This one, no. This one's nice. I wonder how much frames there are in this game. Reminds me of something from Drill Dozer. There were some kind of like codes that you can enter in that game, and each code kind of changes border around messages there as well. Actually, one of the reasons for me to stream this game was actually Drill Dozer. I completed that Let's Play on YouTube, and you know, it's game-free game as well. So then I kind of decided to, you know, let's stream Pokemon. It's also a game-free game, and Game Freak, you know, they are at their best when they are making Pokemon games. So basically, they concentrate on Pokemon games, but sometimes they release these obscure titles, these small games that never receive a follow-up for whatever reason. So Joe Dozer was one of these games. It was an awesome game, so yeah. So many borders, like Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? Too much? You know, I think I'll stick to that ball theme, you know. I don't know if you can change these borders in the game itself. Hopefully you can. Yeah, let's go with this ball theme. Oh, look, it changes here as well. Nice. The thing is, Pokemon is so big that it's hard to top it. Yeah, that's also the reason. I mean, like, how many generations there are by now? Like 7, 8? Something ridiculous, like over 1000 Pokemon? That's a lot. That's a lot of content. Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, guys, sorry for keeping you waiting, you know, when I was fiddling around with these options. So... Welcome to the world of Pokemon! Oh my god. What am I getting myself into? So... I'm just saying that because, there'll be a lot of streams of this game. It's a big game. So... My name is Birch. Also something, tree related. So, yeah, just so you know, guys, I only played one Pokemon game in my life, in my childhood, which was Pokemon Yellow, I believe. I think there was a Professor Oak, you know, that default professor, like, from anime, you know. So here we have something tree related as well, Birch. So, okay. But everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. This is what we call a Pokemon! Like, honestly, I have no idea what the hell is that thing. I know most of the Pokemon from first generation, well, basically all of them. Some of them I know from second generation, but the third generation, this one, is completely unexplored territory for me, so... This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. The humans live alongside Pokemon, at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. Imagine working together with a Pokemon, like in the office, you know? It's a frog leaf turtle thing. Perfect. I think that's how I'll call this thing. If I'll catch this thing, I'll name it frog leaf turtle thing. Yeah. And sometimes we band together and battle others like us. But, despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. Okay, Birch, how many times can you say the word Pokemon during this short little intro? To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Are you a boy or you are a girl? Well, you know that the game will be good if it assumes your gender, right? Yeah, I think I'll go for boy. Yeah, I think, you know. And it feels like I don't know my own gender. Alright, what's your name? I wanted to go for Ash, but that will be kinda like too... stupid, I think. Let's go with... But yeah, Star Ogre, welcome to the stream. So, welcome, welcome. Yeah, let's go with this one. Oosh! My name will be Oosh. I want to catch them all, but I'm afraid I won't be doing that, so I'll leave that mission to Ash, but Oosh will just catch whatever he will can during this whole game. So it's Oosh! Yeah. Ah, okay. You're Oosh, who's living to my hometown of Littleroot. Moving, sorry. My English, I should say. I get it now. Alright, Are you ready to rumble? Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokémon! Okay, so someone should make a Pokémon counter here. You know, this small little intro. How many times this Birch mentioned Pokémon? I wonder. Okay, Pokémon where dreams, adventure, and friendship await. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokémon lab. Is this sound effect from Drill Dozer? You know when you are writing Red Dozer's trailer? Completely, yeah, I think the same sound effect appears there as well. I also like the sound effect when you ram into the wall. You know. So I wonder where we are now. The box is printed with a Pokémon logo. It is a Pokémon brand moving and delivery service. Okay. Let's see. An item in the bag can be registered to select for easy use. Okay, so I don't have any items, I think, now. Oosh! Let's check Oosh! Selection here. Trainer card. So I guess this is the screen where you can kind of view all your badges and stuff, I think. By the way, speaking about this game, I have no idea. Are you exploring this whole world only in third generation wise, or you explore other generations as well, you know? Do you revisit all the previous kind of worlds, these islands, from other generations? I have no idea, like, seriously. Maybe? This is a very long game for such a small package. Yeah, it will be long. It will be really long. That's why I was saying, you know, what am I getting myself into? So, but hopefully it will be fun. Don't have these balls yet, you know. Berries? Wait, what? What is this, Pokemon Go? I like how when you are kind of viewing all these items, like different categories of it, your bag kind of opens in different ways, you know? There are many different compartments. So... Wait, if I have chosen girl, for example, at the beginning, did my bag would look different? I think it would, right? Option. I think, yeah, these are the same options that I was kind of fiddling around with right at the beginning. So you can change your borders here as well. Inside of truck. Are you serious? What? So basically we start our game in a truck. That's wonderful. The reason why I was kind of startled, because you know, this game, well, let's be honest, it's meant for children, right? So basically you start your game in a truck. So basically you are kidnapped right at the beginning of the game. You know? Yeah, you see? It is a truck. Just third generation, the only game that had two worlds was Gold and Hard Gold, where you had two worlds and the 16 badges. I see. Okay, so here's our mom. Whoosh! We're here, honey! It must be tiring riding with our things in the moving truck. Well, this is Little Root Town. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room. Whoosh! Let's go inside. So basically, the Jamster dude, you mean that I won't be able to explore all these previous worlds, unfortunately? I actually would like to see other worlds in this game. See, Ush? Isn't this nice in here too? The movers Pokemon do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Ush! Your room is upstairs. Go check it out there. Dad bought you a new clock to mark our move here. Don't forget to set it. So, what the hell are these guys here? Are these Pokemon? Well, I assume they are, but... Fugi! But I have no idea what are these Pokemon. Fugo! Oh! Oh! Okay. It's too bad that I can't run. At least for now. Maybe later I will be able to do that. Can't raid the fridge. Ah. Can't raid the sink either. Well, Ush! Aren't you interested in seeing your very own room? Well, I am, but I kinda want to explore a bit. So basically these dudes, they are kinda helping us move in, I guess? Dude, let me check that thing next to the sink, please. Okay. There's nothing there anyway, so... Ooh, GameCube. Nice. It's a Nintendo GameCube. A Game Boy Advance is connected to serve as the controller. I think when this game was released, then kinda GameCube was all the rage, basically. It was just released, so that's why they have GameCube here. Dad might like this program. Better get going. Whoosh! Flipped open the notebook. Adventure rule number 1. Open the menu with start. Yeah, I already did that, so... In Generation 1 you have a SNES. Seriously? I kinda forgot about it. Because I played Pokemon Yellow, but I don't remember too much of that game. For example, this detail about SNES I don't remember like at all, so... Adventure rule number 2. Record your progress with save. The remaining pages are blank. Okay. Whoosh! Took a closer look at the Hoenn region map. So basically this game takes place in the Hoenn region, I guess. Oldale Town? Reminds me something from Korn. You know the song? Oildale, leave me alone, or something like that. So... I see there are a lot of routes in this game, so I think I'll be just lost in them. You know, for example, when some random NPC will tell you, oh yeah, go to route 1576880. And then I'll be like, okay. Honestly though, this map is not looking too big, at least for now. Maybe later there will be something new on the map. Okay, let's check that clock. The clock is stopped. Better set it and start it. So here's the thing about the clock. What exactly it does? What's the purpose of it? Whoa! Yeah, basically when you hold down directional pad button to the left or to the right, Well, then it just spins. You know, I'll set it to my current time, which I have here at my end. So it's 11:22. No. No. Yeah, something like that. No, not PM. I am. Different Pokemon at night and day. I see. Yeah, but the thing is about this clock, what I was wondering is it still going when I kinda turn the console off, for example? If not, then it's kinda pointless a bit. 11:23 I.M. Here we go. Is this the correct time? Yes. Wish, how do you like your new room? So well, basically I enjoy this GameCube. I really like it. I wish I could play it. You know, you play the game inside the game. It's kind of like an Inception a bit. Good, everything's put away neatly. They finished moving everything in downstairs too. Pokemon movers are so convenient. So wait, these Pokemon that were kinda moving our boxes there in the first floor, are these our Pokemon? Oh, you should make sure that everything's all there on your desk. Well, I already checked that notebook there on the desk. So the way I look now here, it kind of reminds me of something from Final Fantasies. You know, not recent ones, but the first ones. When you go to the inn, and then you sleep in the inn, and then when the sun rises, then you just go out of the bed, you know, like that. So... Oh! Whoosh! Whoosh! Quick! Come quickly! Look! It's Petalburg Gym. Maybe Dad will be on. Interviewer. We brought you this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. Oh, it's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. Oh yes, one of Dad's friends lives in town. Professor Birch is his name. He lives right next door, so you should go over and introduce yourself. Okay, can I get some money, just like in Pokemon Yellow? Apparently no. Oh well. I think you could get money when you are talking to your mom or something like that. Ush booted out the PC. What would you like to do? Well, I don't feel like doing anything actually, because I'm kind of streaming on my PC currently. So... Decoration. But I already have decorations, I already have these borders around messages. So... Mailbox. No mail. Item storage. Oh, look at this. I have a potion here stored. Nice. Restores the HP of a Pokemon by 20 points. Can't access the internet though. So... The decoration is your in-game room. You can get other stuff for the room you can put and take out of your room. Okay, this kinda sounds a bit confusing, but I think I'll get around to it a bit later. So the thing is about Pokemon games, like when you're just walking in the world, everything feels like so nostalgic and peaceful and cool, you know? If you use a PC, you can store items in Pokemon. The power of science is staggering! So this guy had too much hot dogs, I think. Like, seriously, like what the hell is that thing? A town that can be shaded any hue. Littleroot Town. Professor Birch spends days in his lab studying, then he'll suddenly go out in the wild to do more research. When does Professor Birch spend time at home? I don't know, beats me. I never played this game. But why are you asking me? Let's check his lab. Here's the coffee. I actually don't need coffee because I have coffee with me here. So, it's a PC used for research. Better not mess around with it. Better not check these porn folders in it. Huh! Professor Birch! The professor's away on field work. Ergo, he isn't here. Oh, let me explain that, what field work is. It is to study things in the natural environment, like fields and mountains. Instead of a lab. The professor isn't one for doing desk work. He's the type of person who would rather go outside and experience things than read about them here. It's a very serious looking machine. The professor must use this for research. It's crammed with books on Pokémon. Okay. Like, honestly though, there are like so much things to explore, even in this small little town alone. Like, I would like to sit here all day and explore it, you know? Each and every tile, basically. But I really want to make some progress as well. It's a book that's too hard to read. Well, reminds me today, because I have problems reading myself today, for whatever reason. I think it's because I set this text speed to fast, like very fast, like to its max. Or something like that. Basically, I want to keep up with the text, but I'm just talking too fast. When I should more be concentrating on reading the text itself, you know? Oh, hello, and you are? Well, I'm a dot. So. Oh, you're Ush! Our next door neighbor. Hi. We have a daughter about the same age as you. Our daughter was excited about making a new friend. Our daughter is upstairs, I think. Is that a Pokemon? Or just a kid? Okay. Hey, neighbor! You already have your own Pokemon? Well, no, that's why I was wondering about these movers, you know, maybe they are our Pokemon or something. Oh look, a Pokeball and another GameCube. Isn't this girl the girl sprite? Like, what I was kinda choosing at the beginning? I had a choice between a boy and a girl. So So I guess if you choose that you are a girl, for example, at the beginning, then I guess your neighbor is a boy. That's just my assumption. I don't know how it goes exactly in this game. Huh? Who are you? Well, you know, I'm dot, so... Again, too much dots in this game, like in many other games. Oh, you're Uy! So your move was today. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokémon all over the world. I heard about you, Ush, from my dad, Professor Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice, Ush, and that we could be friends. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you, Ush. But I already fell in love. Well, actually, no. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokémon. Wish, I'll catch you later. Can I grab your Pokeball? No? It's May's Pokeball. Better leave it right where it is. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad that she's also a fan of GameCube, so we can be friends, yes. Pokemon fully restored, items ready, and what? Okay, I already read this one. So I guess we have to find Birch. We have to get our Pokemon. So... hi. There are scary Pokemon outside. I can hear their cries. I want to go see what's going on, but I don't have any Pokemon. Well, I don't have any Pokemon as well, so... I must call Ash, you know? Unfortunately, I'm not Ash, I'm Ush. Can you go see what's happening for me? Sure. Let's go. Help me! I guess this is the professor, so... Hello, you over there, please help. In my bag, there's a Pokeball. You know what? Screw you, man. No. Where are you going? Don't leave me like this. Okay, I have to save him, I guess. Okay, let's see. Professor Birch is in trouble. Release a Pokemon and rescue him. So, I guess the Pokemon which you'll release will become yours. It's kinda obvious, you know, at this point. So, let's see. Wood Gecko Pokemon, Trico. Chick Pokemon, Torchic. Mudfish Pokemon, Mudkip. So the thing is, I heard about these three Pokemon. They're all good, but Torchic is really good on offensive side. Mudkip is good on defensive side. And Trico is good on speedy side. Basically, he has a lot of speed. And the thing is about these turn-based RPGs like Pokemon, especially, speed is really important. And I think I'll choose Trico just because of this. And I think in the anime itself, Ash, the actual Ash, not Ush, but Ash actually catched Trico as well. So yeah, let's go with Trico. Wait a sec. Let me see how other ones look. Okay, so we have this small little chicken here. It's cute. I like it. This one is cute as well. But yeah, let's go with our lizard. It kinda looks like lizard. Or a frog or something. Alright, a wild Zigzagoon appeared. I wanted to say, you know, like Zigzagon, but it's not Digimon. It's Zigzagoon. So... Go, Trico! So, I see that I have Trico, which is a girl. Okay. Basically, you can view Pokemon genders here in this battle screen. Okay, what will Trico do? Let's see. Run? Maybe? Screw you, Birch. I want to run. No, I must fight. Okay. Trico is my least favorite, but I never seen anyone play with it before, so interesting. Why is it your least favorite, that Gemster dude? Which is your favorite, by the way? Let's go with Pound. What is Leer? Thing is about these moves, I have no idea what they do, so it's kinda like a trial and error thing for me. I'm not a Pokemon master, that's why my name is Ush, not Ash, you know. Okay, defense fell. I see. But now my attack fell, so it's kinda like... nothing changed, pretty much. I also like how in this battle screen you can view Pokemon's experience. There's a small little bar at the bottom. I think you didn't have this experience bar in yellow. Well, Zigzagoon fainted. Trico gained 17 experience points. Nice. Phew! I was in the tall grass, studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. You saved me, thanks a lot! My favorite is Mudkip because I like how it looks, and is water ground. So interesting typing, but I like Torchic too. I see. So I guess in this game they have like two types. Well, some Pokemon have two types, right? Because in Pokemon Yellow I remember each Pokemon had only one type. But here you have kind of like two types sometimes. So it will become a bit confusing later, I think. Oh! Hi, you're Ush! This is not the place to chat, so come by my Pokemon lab later, okay? Alright? So Ush, I heard so much about you from your father. I heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. By the way, speaking about types, how many types there are currently, like, in Pokemon franchise, like, at all? Something like 20 types or something ridiculous, no? But the way you battled earlier, you pulled it off with aplomb. Gengar is Ghost Poison, Golem is Ground Rock. I see. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Well, I wish that my father could be Ash, but oh well. Oh yes, as thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. I think in this game only new is Steel. So there are some things that I heard about Steel, that it's kinda OP. Is it true? Nice, so we got our Pokemon, so first one. While you're at it, why not give a nickname to that Trico? Sure, why not? So let's see. I'll name my girl Trico Girl. Does some of you remember Gex games? So let's name her Gex, just because Trico kinda looks like Gex a bit. If you work at Pokémon and gain experience, I think you'll make an extremely good trainer. My kid, May, is also studying Pokémon while helping me out. Whoosh! Don't you think it might be a good idea to go see May? Sure. Great! May should be happy, too. Get May to teach you what it means to be a trainer. To be a Pokémon master! Alright, so can I fiddle around with your PC now? Nope, still can't look at these porn folders that you have there. Oh well. So yeah, one of the reasons why I kinda wanted to hop into this game, like I mentioned before, you know, I was not planning to stream it like at all, because I knew that it will be kinda a long and grindy game. But here the grinding is kinda interesting in Pokemon games. I don't mind it like at all, because there are like so many Pokemon, so many things to do, so many things to catch. And leveling up Pokemon is not too bad. So... But yeah, I was playing Drill Dozer. It's also a Game Freak game. And then when I was playing it, I remembered about how I was playing Pokemon Yellow when I was a kid. And yeah, Game Freak, they are at their best when they are making Pokemon games. And then I kinda, you know, screw it, let's go for a Pokemon game. Let's revisit my childhood a bit. Yeah, there was a time when I was playing Pokemon Yellow a lot. So I wanted to kinda go to that nostalgia road with something new, with a Pokemon game that I haven't played. But still, I have this nostalgia vibe from this one. So... There's an email from a Pokemon trainer school. The email reads... So we have access to internet now, that's great. You know what that reminds me of? Let's see. Maybe some of you know about this. So basically we are in our email now, right? We are browsing through the internet. And then...
Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. You can do anything at Zamboka. Anything at all. The only limit is yourself. Welcome to Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome. Yes, this is Zamboka.
You can do everything at Zamboka.
And welcome to you who have come to Zamboka. Anything is possible at Zamboka. You can do anything at Zamboka. The infinite is possible at Zamboka. The unattainable is unknown at Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. Welcome. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka.
When does it end? Oh my god. I think I'll have to go to Zamboka every time I access PC in this game. thing is about that website, that Zombo.com, it's just zombo.com, and you go to that website and there's nothing there. There are just letters that read Zombo.com, and there's kind of like this loading circle, and that's pretty much it, and it kind of loads all the time, so you may think that, you know, there is something there when it will load finally, but there's actually nothing there, and there's just some random dude just, oh yeah, welcome to Zombo.com, you can do everything at Zombo.com. Although you can't do anything there, like, at all. So... There are, like, actually though, there are some people that consider that website to be one of the best websites in the world. I'm not even kidding. So... Wait, info, let me check the info about these moves. Okay, so pound. Pounds the foe with forelegs or tail. Normal. So I have two moves which are normal type. Okay. Leer frightens the foe with Leer to lower defense. Yeah, I have to remember what these moves do, because there are a lot of moves in this game, and the game is not telling you too much what they do, kinda. So you see here, for example, pound. Tough! Leer. Cool! Like, what the hell that means? I have no idea. A highly appealing move. Also, here are... Yeah, these statistics I don't quite understand yet. In yellow, Pokemon didn't have these statistics, like appeal level and jam level or something. Temporarily stops the crowd from growing excited. Okay. Maybe these factors are taken into account when you are battling in some kind of arenas where there is a crowd, I assume. I don't know. We'll see. This game is long, so... Let me save. The thing is that I like about Pokemon games that you can save like whenever you want, you know? You just save your game and that's it. And then when you kinda close the game and return to it, you just start where you left the game. So... This is for Pokemon competitions. I see. You mean like between players? Like players in real life? No? Okay, let's go some... yeah. I wanted to say let's go some Pokemon catching, but I still don't have Pokeballs, I realized. So I was kinda cock-blocked, you know, when I was saying that. Well, Pokemon will jump out at you in tall grass. If you want to catch Pokemon, you have to go into the tall grass and search. Alright, our first actual battle. Surprise against, yeah, Zigzagoon again, so... I think I had less HP, but I think after that battle, like that previous one, when I was helping Professor Birch, I got restored to full somehow, I think. No, it's a new thing called Pokemon competitions. You can enter, and then there's a crowd, and it's about what Pokemon does. The best move, or looks the best. You can dress them up too. Seriously? Oh my god. So basically, we are living in these times when Pokemon games are not only RPGs, but are also dress-up simulators. Wonderful. If Pokemon get tired, take them to a Pokemon Center. There's a Pokemon Center in Oildale Leave Me Alone town, right close by. I need these balls, you know? I need to catch these small little fuckers, so... Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. Can I get you to come with me? This is a Pokemon Mart, just look for our blue roof. We sell a variety of goods, including Pokeballs for catching Pokemon. Here, I'd like you to have this as a promotional item. Ooh, potion, nice. Whoosh! Put away the potion in the items pocket. I really don't know how to explain these weird mini-games like competitions and room decorating. I never use them. Well, don't worry, I'll check them out eventually. So... A potion can be used anytime, so it's even more useful than a Pokemon Center. In certain situations. I want to take a rest, so I'm saving my progress. Oh. Okay. That's basically the way how the game tells you that you can save your game in your start menu. So. That PC in the corner, there is... Wait. That PC in the corner there is for any Pokemon trainer to use. Okay. Got a weird wording in this sentence, you know. Naturally, that means you're welcome to use it too. You can do anything at Zombocom. I'm sorry, but I had to. I just had to go to Zombocom.
This is Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom. You can do anything at Zombocom. Anything at all. The only limit is yourself. Welcome to Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom. This is Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom. This is Zombocom. Welcome.
Welcome!
Yes, this is Zombocom, and welcome to you who have come to Zombocom. Anything is possible at Zombocom.
Honestly though, this screen that I'm looking currently here,
Anything at Zombocom.
it's much more interesting than Zombocom.
The infinite is possible at Zombocom. The unattainable is unknown at Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom. This is Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom.
What do you mean party Pokemon?
This is Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom.
No, I don't wanna move. Continue box operations. What is this, like Metal Gear Solid or something? Operations? No, like in the beginning they had this tactical espionage action, but later Metal Gear Solid became tactical espionage operations. Okay, that's enough for Zombocom. Let's log off. Hello and welcome to the Pokemon Center. You restore your tired Pokemon to full health. Would you like to rest your Pokemon? Sure, why not? Can I go upstairs here? Nice. Oh, again PC. No, sorry, it won't be the time for Zombocom. I'm actually sick of it already. So it's basically the same PC that we had downstairs. I'm terribly sorry, the Pokémon Wireless Club is undergoing adjustments now. I don't know what this place is meant to be, but I know that Game Boy Advance has this link cable. Maybe it's for link cable possibilities, features. You see these icons here on the floor? Maybe. I don't know if Game Boy Advance had wireless features. I don't think it had, actually. I'm not quite sure. Pokemon magazines, Pokemon Pal, Pokemon Handbook, adorable Pokemon, and that's it. Basically, so you can battle and trade people online. Well, it's pretty much almost the same thing. Pokemon Wireless Club on the second floor was built recently, but they say they are still making adjustments. Okay. Pokemon centers are great! You can use their services as much as you like, and it's all for free! You never have to worry. So what happens, for example, if I die in a battle? Is it game over, or I just get transported to this, like, nearest Pokemon center? I wonder. On Pokemon Battle, they eventually level up and become stronger. If the Pokemon with you becomes stronger, you'll be able to go further away from here. Can I raid your fridge? No? Bleh. You get transported to the last Pokemon Center you used. Oh, I see. So basically, if you die in this game, there is not too much of how should I say it? Penalty, kinda. I actually like that. I recently have been playing too much games that kinda penalize you for dying. So... I just discovered the footprints of a rare Pokemon. Wait until I finish sketching them, okay? Okay. Wait, please don't come in here. Okay. I don't remember if at the end it says how many times you died, I don't think so. Well, I actually don't care how many times I die, I just want to make sure that I don't lose too much progress when I die, you know, or something like that, so... But you know, there are these saves where you can just save everywhere you want in the game, and Pokemon Center, where you are being transported to if you die. So that's not too much of a penalty, I think, when you die, so... When the Pokemon battle starts, the one at the left of the list goes out first. So when you get more Pokemon in your party, try switching around the order of your Pokemon. It could give you an advantage. Wait, left one first? Well, I'll get to it a bit later, because now I have only one Pokemon, so... Can't do much things there, so... But yeah, Pokemon Yellow was a kind of like a big part of my childhood. It was not like too big part of my childhood. It was maybe 1 month and 2 weeks long time from my childhood. But Basically, there was a time when I was living at my friend's home for 1 month and 2 weeks. I had no choice really because my mom was then abroad, and well, there was no place to kinda place me, if it makes sense. I was kinda small at the time, so I couldn't live on my own, you know, and stuff. And then yeah, I was living at my friend's home, and he owned Game Boy Advance. So one of the games that he had was actually Pokemon Yellow, and we was playing hell out of it, actually. We were playing a lot of that game. And yeah, it was a pretty awesome experience, so... I remember even when we accidentally deleted our saves or something like that, we still didn't bother to replay the game, you know? So... Because each time when you replay that game, it kinda feels like a different experience. Because there are so much different Pokemon, right? And each time you kinda catch different Pokemon when you are advancing through the game. You're not stick to one of the same Pokemon all the time, and stuff like that, so... Also, basically you can see how your stats are growing here when you level up. That's nice. Gex learned Absorb. Nice. I think Yellow was for the very old Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Yeah, it's true, but the thing is that you could play games from Game Boy, like regular one, and from Game Boy Color on Game Boy Advance as well. So he had, yeah, this big cartridge of Pokemon Yellow, not the small one like Game Boy Advance has, you know. So you could play it on Game Boy Advance as well. Let's see. So we have potions, antidotes, paralyzed heals, awakenings. But I want some balls. You know? I'm looking for these balls. Yeah, you could play games from regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color on Game Boy Advance. It's just that, you know, the cartridge was kinda not meant for that, because the cartridges were really big for regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color. But for Game Boy Advance they are kinda smaller, so when you stick this big cartridge in Game Boy Advance, and it kinda sticks out, you know, it kinda looks weird, but you could play, yeah. The clerk says they are all sold out. I can't buy any Pokeballs. If a Pokemon gets hurt and loses HP and faints, it won't be able to battle. To prevent your Pokemon from fading, restore its HP with a potion. So before starting the stream, I read something about Pokemon. I was always wondering why, like, the name itself, Pokemon, you know, has this A, which is kinda like with a small little line at the top of it, you know. I was always wondering why the hell is that. So I actually discovered why it is like that. Because if you remove that line and you just write Pokemon, then people may think that it's not Pokemon, it's not pronounced like Pokemon, but then it's pronounced like Pokemon, you know, the word poke, to poke someone, poking. So the creators, they wanted to avoid that, that's why they added that line. So that people know that it's not Pokemon, but Pokemon. Okay, so that's new Pokemon, Puchaina. Go Gex! Switch? No, I don't want to switch. I think you can, yeah, you can kinda switch these moves around here. It's pretty nice. But I don't want to switch. Let's try this Absorb, actually. If it does what I think it does, then it's kinda OP move. Yes, actually. It does what I think it does. Absorbs HP, so it's nice. Here's the thing about my Trico's gender. I was hoping to get girl Trico, not a girl, but a boy Trico, but I have a girl Trico, you know. The reason for that is because of the stats, you know. I don't know how it works in this game, but I think male Pokemon are kinda stronger than girl Pokemon. But I'm not quite sure. My Pokemon is staggerly tired. I should have brought a potion. So these blocks, they kinda look really suspicious. I think you can do with them something later in the game. Because for example in RPGs, you know, when you recruit male characters, they are kinda, generally speaking, better at offensive side. But female characters, they are better at magic side, so to speak, you know. So I don't know, maybe my special moves are better when I'm... well, when I have this female Trico. Who knows how it works in this game. Maybe that's actually good. Well, this guy kinda deals a lot of HP for whatever reason. Deals a lot of damage. So I wonder at which level will I receive the evolution of my Gex. Yeah, speaking about all these free starters, if you remember, we kinda had a choice between free starters. I'll try to get the other two if I'll run into them. I'll try to catch each and every Pokemon actually that I'll run into. But I'm not quite sure if I'll actually catch all of them. I'm pretty sure some of these Pokemon, they are kinda super rare or something ridiculous. You know, that's why my name is Ush, not Ash. I'm not Pokemon Master, I just try to be. I never heard about that before, so I don't know. I just know it's hard to get a male starter. Really? You can't run into the other starters. Ah, that's actually bad. Because I actually wanted to get the other two. Let's see, the Pokemon found on Route 103 include... Oh, hi, Ush! Oh, I see. My dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift. Since we're here, let's have a quick battle. I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. Alright, our first boss! Pick him, Trainer May would like to battle. Okay, so she has a Torchic. Male. So basically she had a good luck, she received a male Pokemon as her starter. Let's use Leer first here. I heard Torchic is quite good on the offensive side, so maybe he'll dish out some massive damage or something. Although, for now, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, think about Torchic, maybe later it has nice attacks and stuff. But his defense kinda sucks. Should I use a potion? I have two. Well, let's see, let's use Pound one more time. Oh shit. Mayday. I need backup. A bet. You know? Let's see. Yeah, let's use the one potion. And there we, yeah, there we go. That's a lot of experience. Wow, that's pretty great. Push, you're pretty good. Okay, so about the currency in this game. What the hell is the currency in this game? Because by that symbol there, I have no idea. It's kind of like a letter P with two lines there. Pokecoin. I think I'll call this currency like this, Pokecoin. I think they call them Poke Dollars. Well, basically the same thing, Pokecoin. I think I know why my dad has a knife out for you now. I mean, you just got that Pokemon, but it already likes you. You might be able to befriend any kind of Pokemon easily. Well, it's time to head back to the lab. So I really want these balls, you know? Can't do much exploration when I don't have them, you know? Because if I'll do much exploration, I'll just run into all these Pokemon and then I won't be able to catch them, you know? So I need to get these balls as fast as possible so I can just catch them and stuff. Whoosh! Over here! Let's hurry home! Be careful, you're a little boy and an old man has an eye out for you. Well, yeah. Maybe he'll give me a candy or something. Wait, where was my house? This one. To the left. How are you doing, Ush? You look a little tired. I think you should rest a bit. Free heal. Nice. Wait, where's May? Maybe she's at the lab. I don't know. So what is the boy's name if you choose at the beginning a female character? So for example, girl's name is May, like default name, but boy's name? Oh, hi, Ush! I heard you beat May on your first try. That's excellent. May's been helping with my research for a long time. May has an extensive history as a trainer already. Here, Ush, I ordered this for my research, but I think you should have this Pokédex. Oh, I completely forgot about Pokédex, actually. The Pokédex is a high-tech tool that automatically makes a record of any Pokémon you meet or catch. And it's also a tool where you can lose a lot of hours of your life while you're browsing it. I always liked browsing, actually, a Pokédex to read, you know, this Pokemon lore a bit and stuff. My kid May goes everywhere with it. Whenever my kid catches a rare Pokemon and records its data in the Pokédex, why, May looks for me while I'm out doing fieldwork and shows me. Oh wow, Whoosh, you got Pokédex too! That's great, just like me. I've got something for you too. Obtain the Pokeballs. Whoosh put away the Pokeballs in the Pokeballs pocket. It's fun if you can get a lot of Pokemon. I don't know why this text is so hard to read for me today. Because it goes fast. And because there are these capital letters a lot, you know, I'm going to look all over the place because I want different Pokemon. If I find any cute Pokemon, I'll catch them with my balls. But wait, May, you're a girl. You don't have balls. Okay. Let me check my bag here. A tool used for catching wild Pokemon. Nice. So I have 5 Pokeballs. Scene 4 own 1. Thing is about owning Pokemon, what I was wondering that, for example, if you catch like the first evolution of a Pokemon, and if you evolve it, does it count that you catched this evolution? Or you have to catch the evolution as well? Who's that Pokemon? It's Zigzagoon! Let's check this Zigzagoon. Height, weight, question marks. Wonderful. Cry. Okay. Can check some of these stats because I assume that I haven't catched it. That's why. It counts. That's actually good. So I like how you can view where the Pokemon is located, you know, so you don't have to go out of your way to kinda look for it for ages. Yeah, cry is basically the battle cry. When the Pokemon appears in battle, basically. You can kinda listen to these sounds here, so... Okay, so I have information on my Trico here. It makes its nest in a giant tree in the forest. It ferociously guards against anything nearing its territory. It is said to be the protector of the forest's trees. Okay. Area. Size. Oh, nice. I like what they did with the size here. Basically, you can compare the Pokemon size to your size, you know? Yeah, I really like it. Like, so many features, it's like ridiculous in this game. Search. Oh my god, are you serious? Search for Pokemon based on selected parameters. So basically you can search Pokemon via different parameters and stuff. Very complex search system. I don't think I'll be using it, but you'll see. I'm actually already playing this game for about an hour. And I'm only at the start of the game. I haven't made much progress, like, at all. I was talking my ass off about Zombo.com and stuff. The professor enjoys May's help too. There's a lot of love there. You know, I just won't say anything, okay? I don't know what kind of incest relationship they have. I don't wanna know. I see this being a 100 plus hours game. Yeah, it will be. Like, for real. Okay, this is May's house. Wait, Ush! Ush! Did you introduce yourself to Professor Birch? Oh, what an adorable Pokemon! You got it from Professor Birch! How nice! You're your father's child, alright? You look good together with Pokemon. Here, honey, if you're going out on an adventure, wear these running shoes. They'll put a zip in your step. So, Ush switch shoes with running shoes, okay. Those shoes come with instructions. Press the B button while wearing these running shoes to run extra fast. To be like Sonic, basically. So I was wondering, can I walk faster? So here's my answer, I guess. Slip on these running shoes and race in the great outdoors. To think that you have your very own Pokemon now. Your father will be overjoyed. But please be careful. If anything happens, you can come home. Go on. Go get him, honey. But Mom, I want some money. Just like in Pokemon Yellow. Give me some money, please. I need these Pokeballs, you know? No, seriously, she's not giving me money, right? She only heals me. Yeah. How do you get money in this game? From battles? I don't remember. I think I received some money. I think it was from a battle. Maybe from battles. Wait till you get your bike, then you fast. Okay, so now we know that there is a bike in this game. Nice. Yeah, I remember in Pokemon Yellow there was something like that as well. You could get some transportation. I think it was a bike as well. Okay, it's time to, well, catch some Pokedudes, I guess. Let's start from the beginning area. So once again, this won't be a 100% playthrough. No. But I'll try to catch as much as I can. And that's pretty much it. I'll just try to enjoy the game as much as I can, you know. So. But I won't go for some super hard to look for and watch out for secrets, you know. I think we'll be able to catch it, but we'll see. Because I think one more hit will just kill it. Yes! Gotcha! Zigzagoon was caught! Zigzagoon's data was added to the Pokédex, okay. Tiny raccoon Pokemon. Zigzagoon. Rubbing its nose against the ground, it always wanders about back and forth in search of something. It is distinguished by the zigzag footprints it leaves. Give a nickname to the captured Zigzagoon. Sure. Zigzagoon's nickname. I like how it looks here, the Zigzagoon. It kind of looks like it wears glasses or something. Like what? Okay, so this is Zigzagoon, so let's see. You know Iggy Pop? It has two G's in his name, right? I wanted to name it Iggy, but you know, it's Zigzagoon, so I'll name it Ziggy. Okay. So we have two Pokemon, and by the way, about the Zigzagoon, yeah, speaking about like all the Pokemon in general, I'll just be using Pokemon that I kinda remember are good and stuff. I won't be using all of them, no. Just the ones I think that are good, you know. For example, you know, I told you that I would like to catch all the basic starters if it's possible in this game, because they are generally good. I know the starters from second generation and from the first, so I'll definitely be catching those if they are in this game, you know. And yeah. Well, yeah, catching and using, basically. So basically I'll be using Pokemon that I know and feel are good. For example, Zigzagoon, not good. This Wurmple, I think also not good. But I'll catch it anyway. Pokeball, go! Yes. Getting pretty lucky so far with these catches. Worm Pokemon. It sticks to the tree branches and eats leaves. The thread it spits from its mouth, which becomes gooey when it touches air, slows the movement of its foes. Yeah, I think it's about these first two Pokemon, like Zigzagoon and this Wurmple. I think they are Generation 3 Pokemon, right? And I have no idea about Generation 3 Pokemon. I have no much info about them, like, at all. So I don't know which ones are kinda good and bad and stuff. I know most of Generation 1, pretty much. Some of Generation 2 Pokemon, but Generation 3, kinda like unexplored territory for me. So for example, this Wurmple, maybe it evolves into something like OP, I have no idea. Okay, Wurmple, so it's a worm. I know a nickname for you. No, not Jin, this is not Tekken. Gem, yes. Earthworm Jim, anyone? Because, you know, maybe some people are wondering, hey, okay, he catched a worm, but he named it Gem, so... what? Well, remember, there's this game, Earthworm Jim, which is a really nice game and cool game, so... yeah. It's a classic, basically. Oh, nice. So basically, the Pokemon that I already catched, they have this Pokeball symbol next to their name. So it's pretty handy, actually. So I know, you know, which I already catched, which I haven't, and stuff. By the way, speaking about new Pokemon games, there is this... well, I don't think it was released yet. 2 games, basically, but they will be released eventually. How was it called? Pokemon Go Eevee and Pokemon Go Pikachu, I think? So the thing is about them, I kinda checked the footage a bit of these games. It reminded me a lot of Pokemon Go. But that's not the main issue that I had with it. The main issue was actually that you could not get experience points from battles, and I don't think there are any battles, like, at all, to be honest, now that I think about it. So that's kinda really weird choice. Yeah, I don't think there were any battles, at least in that footage they were not showing, like, any battles, like, at all. But I like what they did with the kind of overworld, you know, when you're just walking. You can kind of see Pokemon on your map, basically. So I like that feature there. Okay, so this guy finished sketching the footprints of the Pokemon. But it turns out they were only his own footprints. Okay. So yeah, we can go here now, I guess. But before that, let me check this place. And you know, before that, let me check the shop actually. Maybe they are selling balls. I need these balls, like seriously. Oh yeah, here we go. So now we can buy them, finally. So let's see, I'll buy one potion. And, let's go with 5 for now, I think it'll be enough. And I think that's it for now. I think I won't be bothering with these, antidotes, paralyzed heals, awakenings for now, at all. Yeah, let's check this upper part here first, and then we'll check that place to the left. You might need antidotes. Yeah, just as you know, for now, I was not running into Pokémon that could poison me and stuff, so... But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll need those later, so... I wonder at what level this Gex, my Pokemon, Trico, evolves. Personally, I hate when my Pokemon are poisoned and you have that sound until you get to the Pokemon Center. Oh, I know that sound, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's kind of like pretty much the same sound when in Final Fantasy games you are walking on lava tiles, you know? In these first Final Fantasy games you're walking on lava tiles, but much more annoying, basically. Level 16, okay, I see. We are actually not so far away, so... Yeah, by the way, I actually wanted to stream Dino Crisis 1 because I kinda promised at the end of Castellani's Circle of the Moon to stream that game. But, you know, Castellani's Circle of the Moon was kind of like a bloody game, you know? So I wanted to contrast that with this game, which is not so bloody. But I don't know what will happen in the future in this game. Maybe there will be some blood-related Pokemon, because, you know, nowadays they make these Pokemon pretty ridiculous. Like a sandcastle Pokemon, ice cream Pokemon. Maybe there will be some kind of Pokemon which is made out of blood and stuff. The worm you have evolves quick, it's just hard to train. Yeah, I think it's pretty much like Caterpie, only in this generation. Caterpie, 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 yeah! Oh, so I don't have the Spooch Hyena. I have to catch this one. You know, I should use this Absorb more. don't have too much health. Let's see. Let's use one more absorb and then let's throw this ball at it. Yeah, I think this will be good. So I'm finally using the OBS Studio, like, newest version, because previously I was using, I was staying at one particular version for a pretty long time, because there was some kind of issue with my recordings in newest versions where I was kinda... yeah, I was sounding like a chipmunk, basically, in my newest recordings for whatever reason. So I don't know what was the issue with these new versions of OBS, but yeah, but now everything seems good. Bite Pokémon. It savagely threatens foes with bared fangs. It chases after fleeing targets tenaciously. It turns tail and runs, however, if the foe strikes back. I was wondering why this Pokemon is named like that, you know, Puchaina, but now I see. It's actually a mix between two words. Pooch, you know, a puppy, Pooch, and a hyena. So... now I get it. I see what you did there, Game Freak. Puchaina nickname. Let's see. Not enough space. Okay, let's go, yeah, with this name. Interceptor. I watched the Final Fantasy VI speedrun recently, and it was pretty good. I haven't watched Final Fantasy VI speedrun, like, all of it in my life, like, at all. Only by parts. But yeah, the whole speedrun was maybe 7 hours long, so I watched all of it. I know it's pretty crazy, but that's the way I am sometimes. So basically, Shadow's dog, his name is Interceptor in that game. I was kinda wondering why the hell I have 4 Pokeballs here, but yeah. I guess they are kinda automatically added to your bag or something. Not more crazy than people that watch 100 episodes of anime in a week. Well, I was actually one of those people. I think there was 1 week when I watched even more episodes than 100. So... so I need to visit Zombo.com once again. So let's see. Wait a sec, let me check my PC first, not someone's... not someone's porn folders, you know. I need to check my porn folders. Oh wait, it makes sense, because you know, I was kinda wondering where can I deposit Pokemon. I can deposit Pokemon here, but I was kinda wondering, can I use my own PC? But it makes sense to use someone's PC, you know, actually, because you're kinda transferring these Pokemon from one PC to another. So... Pokemon storage system opened. Deposit. Party boxes, okay. Summary. Oh yeah, I forgot to check this info here about them. You need to make it a sound command. You mean, what exactly? So you see this pickup, which it has here? I wonder what it does. May pick up items. What does it mean? The Jamster dude, I think you said some kind of bad word or something. Although, you know, I don't have a... What you call it? Like a bad word filter or something on the stream like at all. But I don't know why it has these 3 stars there. So basically some kind of bad word should be a sound command. Oh, it was the link. Well, yeah, links are kinda not allowed, so... Yeah, Zombo, yeah. Don't worry, we'll visit Zombo.com in the stream some more, a bit later. Moves, smart. Startles the Pokemon that appealed before the user. Okay, you know, for now, like too much info, like too much information for me. I feel kinda a bit overwhelmed today. Because this RPG, like RPGs in general, they are pretty overwhelming in the beginning. So that's how I feel now. Too much info! Shield dust prevents added effects. Makes escaping easier. Yeah, I kinda am wondering about these abilities. What do they actually do and when they are used, like, at all? For now, they kinda seem to me like a passive abilities or something, but I don't know how to use them. How they are used, like, at all in this game. Maybe automatically, you know, for example, you have this, how I call this dog? Interceptor, yeah, here we go, Interceptor. So, for example, if you have this Interceptor with you, and then if you escape from battles, then it's just easier, you know? You have more success chance to escape. Maybe that's how it works? Okay, so I want to store all 3 of these Pokemon, because I won't be using these, actually. Does it matter in which box I kinda store them? I don't think it does, right? Oh, so they work that way, nice, okay. So my hunch is correct. My spider sense is correct. Because you see you have like different boxes here. To me it kinda seems like that they just are recolored and that's it, you know. There's not other extras to these boxes. It doesn't matter in which boxes you place these Pokemon, I think. Exit from the box. Yes. So, I currently live in Norway. I don't know how long I will be living here, but I have actually a lot of things to say about Norway, about this whole place. Before I lived here permanently, I was visiting actually this place many times. But now I'm kinda officially staying here permanently. But I still am doubtful about this choice actually. Because there are some things that I like and there are some things that I kinda don't like too much. So... I live in Oslo, but not in the center of Oslo. I actually live... somewhere around 20 minutes from Oslo, if you take the metro ride. So I actually live in kind of like elevated place. I live pretty high up, not in the mountains or something ridiculous, no, but it's a pretty high place, you know. So we have this balcony here, and in the very beginning when I entered that balcony, I was like really afraid, because I am really afraid of heights. And it's pretty high here, you know. But it's pretty, yeah, nice view from this balcony. You can see the forest, you can see the mountains, you can see lakes and stuff. I heard this place where I live in, it's kind of like meant for rich people or something like that. But I don't know. There are not many people here, like, at all, in this place, so... You can rename the boxes, and then some people have one box for fire Pokemon, one for water. But yeah, you shouldn't worry about it too much. Oh, I see. I see. Listen, you, if you're strong, you should have told me before. Yeah, I forgot how in this game there are these trainers that just stop you, you know, they just startle you and you can't proceed forward. So you have to kind of defeat them. Yeah, by the way, speaking about this previous battle with this trainer, I was kind of wondering, he had Puchaina as well, right? So I was wondering why there is no this Pokeball symbol next to it, but now it makes sense because, you know, I can't catch his Pokemon, so of course it's not catched Pokemon. So here, for example, I meet Puchaina in the wild, it makes sense that I already catched it. You know, it makes sense. So... critical hit! A one-shot hit. But yeah, speaking about this place where I live in, it's not kinda my home. It is kinda like a villa type of house. It's a really big house, but there are many families living in it. Well, not many, just 3. You know, so I'm kinda renting this place here. So it's not a permanent place where I will be living in, because I actually want to live in the center of Oslo. Here it's kinda like too far away. Now it doesn't feel too far away, because it's summer, and the only means of transportation from the center of Oslo here is actually this metro, this train ride. So for now everything is fine, but in winter, I came here in winter actually, in December. In winter it was pretty ridiculous. Basically each and every week there was no electricity at all on the tracks. So basically, for example, if you want to go to center, if you are off to work in the morning, for example, you can't do that because there is no electricity on the tracks, you know, just because of the snow. And yeah, this, well, yeah, this and previous year, I should say, snow-wise was pretty heavy here in Norway. It was pretty ridiculous. So, am I generally happy to live in Norway? I think I am more happier than I was there in Latvia. In Latvia there's just stress each and every day, but here not so much stress, you know. Because even if you don't know people and if you just go outside, you know, they just smile at you for no reason. But in Latvia, you don't have that, like at all. So basically you don't feel the pressure from people here, like at all. Of course there are many things that I can mention. And I think throughout this whole playthrough I will mention them if I'll remember them. It's just that I can't just mention all of them at once, you know, because they're just like too much things. Also, their kind of like system is really good here, which is helping people. You know, when we're speaking about taxes and social support and stuff. So it's pretty good. Yeah, if we're speaking about all these things, there are benefits, but there are also downsides. The downsides are that I noticed that in this country there are many things which are kind of based on papers, you know? For example, if something serious happens to a person, for example, if a person has an accident on the street or something, you know, for example, then, well, of course you have to call an ambulance, but you cannot help people normally, you know. For example, this is doctor's job. Only doctors are allowed to do this. Even if you kind of try to just help person to get up, you know. People will be like, no, this is doctor's job. You have to wait for a doctor. It's like, what? Come on, man. I'm not making an operation or something, I'm just helping the person out, you know? I'm just trying to kinda... or just helping him out, you know? Trying to be a human, basically. I can only say for Denmark, and it's probably a little different, but I recognize the hospitality, like smiling and being nice to strangers. Well, yeah, like I mentioned before, each thing has a downside and a benefit. So, yeah, if you're speaking about smiling, for example, yes, it's nice when people are smiling, but here's the thing about the smiles from people that I don't know, that I don't feel the genuinity of the smiles. I am just thinking, you know, that they are just doing it just because, you know, just like that. So when people smile too much at me, I don't feel the kinda the genuinity of it, basically. All the smiles then just feel the same after a while. I mean, like, you know, there has to be a reason for people to smile, but when everyone kind of smiles at you, then it's kind of like, oh, then you're wondering, well, what is the reason for them to smile? Basically, for them, it's the norm, you know, to smile. And also, Norwegians themselves, they are kind of weird people at times. They're pretty weird people, actually. Yes, they smile a lot, but they are kinda pretty bad at expressing their emotions, I noticed. They are kinda pretty cold at that. Like, really cold. So that's why sometimes I don't feel this kinda like human factor here in Norway too much. I don't know why. Maybe it will change after I'll get used to this place a bit more. Okay, so this is a new Pokemon. I haven't seen this one. Talo. Nice. No, Norway in general is a pretty nice country. I'm just being kinda like nitpicky. I always been like that, you know, like... I always try to find kinda like downsides in something good. Maybe it's a good thing. Because everything can be improved, so, in my opinion. Quick attack, nice. I remember this attack actually from Pokemon Yellow. In Pokemon Yellow, I think you could not choose starters. The only starters that you had was Pikachu And he actually had that, yeah, that quick attack, which was pretty OP, if I remember correctly. But you know, guys, I think I'll be right back because Mother Nature is calling. So yeah, I'll be back after 1 or 2 minutes. So yeah. I want to be a Pokemon master. Okay, we are back. So sorry for the pause, but you know, Mother Nature. So okay, let's see. It always goes first, but it's not good later in the game. You mean like a quick attack? 2 orange berries. The soil returned to its soft and loomy state. What does what does these, my English today. What these berries do? Let me check them out. Heals poisoning in battle. So it basically acts like an antidote, I guess. And this restores 10 HP. Okay. But yeah, if we're speaking about Norway, I generally like living here. I think it's a much more better choice than Latvia. Because like I mentioned before, in Latvia there's stress each and every day, but here not so much. The thing is that I like about Norway is that people are generally really chill here. And I'm kinda amazed, you know, people are really chill. You might think that they are not doing much stuff, right, when they are chill, but it's actually the opposite here. They're really chill and everything is being done. You know, but in Latvia it's actually the other way around. People are really stressed and nothing is being done. Like at all. Your Pokemon can hold them, the berries you mean, and then they automatically use the berry when it needs it. Oh, I see. That's pretty handy actually. Quick attack. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. Although, you know, I am level 11, but his Zigzagoon, hers Zigzagoon is level 4, so... And also the living expenses actually here in Norway. You may think, you know, Norway is a very expensive country. It is true, yes, but if you are working here, for example, then you always have enough for the things you need, you know. But in Latvia, you don't have enough for the things you need when you are working. So yeah. The electronics actually here are pretty cheap in Norway. So yeah, actually speaking about electronics, so for half a year, I had this problem with my PC when I have a laptop, okay, and one of the hinges actually broke in December. One of the hinges is kind of broken, so I can't kind of close my PC properly and open it properly and stuff. So you may think why this issue persists for so long, right? For half a year. Well, the reason is for that because I can't find normal repair service here. Because I noticed Norwegian people, they are used to buying new things. They are not used to fixing old stuff, you know. And yeah, recently I actually found this repair service, but the thing is about it that they told me that all the repairs will cost me how much? 2,000 Norwegian crowns. Yeah, to put things into perspective, it's 200 euros. It's like ridiculous. I just want to fix one broken hinge. 200 euros. And I was like, are you serious? Because the thing is, you can buy a brand new PC, which is even better than my current one, for 4,000 Norwegian crowns, for 400 euros. So basically, if I want to fix this one small broken hinge, I have to pay half the price of a new computer. It's like, what? Are you serious? So I think now I understand why Norwegians prefer buying just new things rather than fixing the old things. So also my telephone broke as well. Basically, I had this issue with it that I needed to replace the battery, and I couldn't find the battery on its own, like at all here. So I had this touchscreen phone, but now, you know, because I cannot buy the battery here anywhere, I, well, went to my roots and switched to, well, old button phone. And I'm actually happy with it. So... yeah, honestly though, if you're speaking about these touchscreen phones, I don't use them too much for these touch purposes, if it makes sense. For example, I don't play too much games there at all and stuff. I don't go to the internet with my phone at all. So maybe I made a good choice that I switched back to button phone. Don't tell me you got a Nokia 3310. Well, I had before, but now I have a... It's similar to Nokia 3310, but it's much more interesting, kinda. It's a Samsung. I don't know the name of the model, but it's kind of like this black Samsung small phone, which is pretty handy. It's slim. It's not so blocky like this old Nokia. But I'm kinda happy with it. Norman became our town's new gym leader. I think he called his family over from somewhere far away. I battled Norman once, but phew, he was way too strong. Now, how would I put it? I just got the feeling that he lives for Pokemon. I found one of my old Sony slide phones was pretty cool. Yeah, my mom has maybe 10 phones or something ridiculous. I don't know why she has so many things. She has this habit that she's afraid to throw away old stuff. So that's why there are so much things that just are piling up. And one of these things are phones. So we have a lot of old phones. And actually most of them, they are still working. They are still in working condition. Well, I see reflected in my face. Let's see. The dude who tries to become a Pokemon master but who will eventually fail at becoming one. That's what I see, I think. That's why my name is Ush. But yeah, I like how there is this reflection in the water. You know, considering this is a Game Boy Advance. So I like what they did with it. This reflection. Where has our Wally gone? We have to leave for Verdanturf town very soon. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I went on a trip. It was a pretty interesting trip. It was a 2-day trip, and I think I'll be talking about this trip for this whole playthrough, I think. No, for real, it was a really massive trip, and there are so much things that I could talk about it. And I have actually some pictures to show you as well from that trip, but I think I'll kinda... I have like so many pictures, I think I'll be showing maybe 1 or 2 pictures each stream or something like that. So to not overwhelm you with information and stuff. Basically, it was... we went by car, and it was kind of like a trip to Bergen, almost. From Oslo to Bergen, but we haven't visited the Bergen city itself. We were almost there, but we weren't there, actually. So we visited Flom, which was a very, very beautiful city. We went on that railroad, that popular railroad, where you can see some nice places around and stuff. Mountains, waterfalls, rivers, lakes. And yeah, it was a pretty cool trip overall, so... You see, even this old man says that traveling is wonderful. When I was young, when I was your age, I roamed the seas and the mountains. I actually don't like traveling too much. Even this trip to Norway, well, you know, like, moving to Norway was very, very stressful for me, actually. But this recent trip, it was pretty good. Okay, let's just say that I don't like traveling to other countries, but I like kind of traveling in the country itself, you know, if it makes sense. So... yeah, the important thing is love. Love for your Pokémon. Repel? So, is that kind of like a no encounter item or something? You'll see. Maybe we'll buy something, but how many Pokemons do... not Pokemons, but Pokeballs I have? Okay, 7. Do I need more Pokeballs? I think I'm kinda fine with 7 for now. Potions. Let's buy 2. Just in case. I don't mind traveling as long as it is relaxing, so... not, oh, we have to see this and we have to go there and here and there here. Well, yeah, it was kinda like the same here. Just we had a plan, you know, to go to Flom. That was our final destination, kinda, and then we just went back. But on the way there, we catched some interesting places, so to see. It was pretty interesting trip because we went there to Flom. It took 3 hours to go by car, but when we went back, we took the other road, and it was maybe 5-hour ride back home. So basically, I was at home at 5 in the morning. It was ridiculous. Raises the stat speed during one battle. Orange mail. A Zigzagoon print mail to be held by a Pokémon. Interesting. I have no idea what it does. It costs only 50. I could try to buy it, but... Okay, I think I have been in this house already. That one as well, I think. You can send mail to people if you have them added on your GBA, I think. So it's kind of like a messaging system. Let's say you have 6 Pokemon, okay? If you catch another one, it is automatically sent to a storage box over a PC connection. Oh, so maybe I made a mistake that I placed these Pokemon in boxes. Because, well, why should I place them in boxes if they are kinda stored there automatically if I don't have enough space? Hiya! Are you maybe a rookie trainer? Do you know what Pokemon trainers do when they reach a new town? They first check what kind of gym is in the town. Oh, I thought I'll be battling this dude, okay. See, this is Battleburg City's gym. This is the gym's sign. Look for it whenever you're looking for a gym. Oh. I have to listen to his talk all over again. I'm ready to go to gym though. Should heal up a bit. When my Pokemon ate an orange berry, it regained HP. There are many types of Pokemon. All types have their strengths and weaknesses against other types. Depending on the types of Pokemon, a battle could be easy or hard. For example, your Trico is a grass type. It's strong against the water and ground types. Okay, I have to remember this because I don't have all these weaknesses and strengths, like these types, memorized at all. So, okay, so strong against water and ground. But it's weak against fire-type Pokemon. The PC-based Pokemon storage system. Whoever made it must be some kind of a scientific wizard. One handbook, Pokemon Playboy. Hello there, trainer. You've got a wonderful smile there. I have a hobby. collecting the profiles of Pokemon trainers. So how about it? May I see your profile? Info? You'll make your own profile by putting together 4 words or phrases. Here, I'll show you an example of a profile using 4 pieces of text. You can switch those 4 pieces by with other text pieces any... Wait. Once again, you can switch those 4 pieces with other text pieces any which you... Wait, what? What the hell? You can switch those 4 pieces with other text pieces any which way you like to make your own profile. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah, for a minute there I was like, what? There are a lot of text pieces that you can use. They are arranged in groups like Pokemon, lifestyles, and hobbies, so it is easier to look them up. So first, choose the group of text pieces to display a list of choices. Then pick the choice you want. Repeat for the remaining text choices and you'll have your very own profile. So how about it? May I see your profile? Yes. Yes, thank you. So let's see it then. I am a Pokemon friend. No, that's... I'm not a Pokemon friend. I tried to become a Pokemon master. So... But maybe it's true. I am actually a Pokemon friend because... I want to I want to catch them all, but... No, this won't be 100%, so I won't be able to do that, unfortunately. So I'm just a Pokemon friend, not Pokemon master. There is many very useless things in this game. Yeah, I actually see. I wanted to mention that, you know, that too much info about this thing, about this profile thing, but I don't think it matters too much, like, at all in this game. Combine 4 words or phrases and make your profile. Well, you know, delete all. All the text being edited will be deleted. Yeah. And let's see. Select mode. Others? Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, what's the point of this, actually? What's the point of this? No, but for real. I choose you, like, really? Okay. There are names of Pokemon that I haven't actually met still, I think. Although? I don't remember Shroomish, actually. I was talking my ass off about Norway. Maybe I missed Shroomish somewhere. But other ones I remember, actually. Okay, so what should I input here? I'm kinda wondering, because there are like so many choices and it's so time consuming, actually. Is there a selection for I? Like, me, I, you know? Darn. I'm actually surprised it's not kinda censored here. You know, this word. No, I think I know a perfect choice here. if I'll be able to find it. Although I could use just regular mode, right? Let's see. Yes. Yes. So, you know, this game kinda loves dots, like many other RPGs. And I'm kinda overwhelmed, overwhelmed by this info here. So, I think this is the best choice for me here. Yep. Yep. Fantastic! Perfect. Your profile, it's wonderful. It really says what you're about. Yep, yeah. This guy's telling me the truth, so... Why, anyone hearing this profile would be captivated by you. Of course. Thank you. No problem, man. But yeah, speaking about that trip to Flom, so I'll start at the beginning of the trip, okay? So we took the car, we went on this trip, and I was amazed at how much there is like these mountains, like these big freaking ass mountains all around on that road. Well, not on the road, but you know, by the road. And oh my god, because at first when I went to Norway, you know, I told you that I kinda live in a pretty elevated place, it's pretty high here. At first I thought that that's the pinnacle of height, which is here when I am kinda living currently. And like I told before, I'm kinda afraid of heights. So yeah, now I'm kinda used to that height from my balcony, but when we went on that trip, Jesus, these mountains are just insanely high. And yeah, the scenery is beautiful, but yeah, these mountains, Jesus. I still can't believe that nature, you know, Mother Nature decided to do that kind of thing with Norway. Like so much stone, so much high mountains, it's ridiculous. So we visited this meteorite park. Let me show you actually it while I'm... I know it's maybe not the exact moment when to show it, because we have a... maybe gym battle coming up, but anyway. Let's see, where is that picture? Here we go. So basically this is the picture of Gardnos meteorite crater. So I was in this meteorite crater park, and there was this big crater. So, you know, we visited it just because it was on the way to Flom. I was kind of like, okay, let's check out this meteorite crater. And the thing is about it that it was a very big crater. You know, I thought it's just a small crater. You know, maybe 3 meters in diameter or something, or 5 meters and stuff, but no. Actually, the guides told me that this whole crater was 5 kilometers in diameter, and we were kinda standing, like this whole park was in the epicenter of it. So the picture that you see right now is of this crater. As you can see, the ground is kinda like pretty weird looking. This is actually from that impact, and yeah, the guides, they were telling us a lot of interesting information about this crater, how the soil changed there throughout the years, how, for example, on the ground, when you see these small little dots, this is actually from the crater, from the impact, you know, because the stones from the meteor are kind of crushed against the ground, and then these small dots are formed, basically. They also told us stories about these small little holes that are just small holes on the ground, but they are like super deep, like many meters deep. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting place on the way to Flom overall. And also, guys, they were kinda showing us these stones that they have from this meteor. Some of them were kinda like generic stones that were, yeah, they were not too interesting. It's just that, you know, what I noticed about these stones, that they are kinda very, very light. They're not heavy, they're very light. But there was one particular stone which was pretty interesting, which was super heavy, like super heavy stone. And they kinda sliced that stone in half. And the thing is about that stone, that inside it was kinda like mirror, you know? So I was asking, what the hell is inside, you know, that stone? Well, I was not asking like this, you know, like what the hell is inside. I just asked, you know, what is inside? Why it's so mirrory? And they told us that it's actually iron inside. So somehow, when this meteor landed on Earth, then it left these irony stones on the ground. So it's, yeah, it's quite interesting. So. Yeah, imagine me just asking tour guides right off the bat, you know, like, what the hell is this stone? No. So. But, so, yeah, we went to this crater, and, there was one more interesting thing that happened during that time when I was there, actually. So, but I'll talk about it maybe after this gym leader battle. So, and by the way, I'm dropping frames, and I don't know why. But hopefully everything will be good. Okay. So I'm kinda wondering, is it a trainer battle? Or no? Wally? Verdant Turf Town. You know, this game has pretty interesting names for towns, I noticed. Like, Oildale Leave Me Alone Town was the pinnacle, at least during the stream, you know? That was the pinnacle. Not gym battle, it's your dad. Oh. Okay. But he's a gym leader, right? Go with Wally and make sure that he safely catches a Pokémon. Wally, here, I loan you my Pokémon. Wally received a Zigzagoon! Is Zigzagoon like really that good? Because it kinda appears too much during this whole stream, I don't know why. Oh wow, a Pokémon! I'll give you a Pokeball, too. Go for it. Oh wow, thank you! Whoosh, would you really come with me? Sure. What the hell is this music? And that's it. Oosh. Pokemon hide in tall grass like this, don't they? Please, watch me and see if I can catch one properly. Whoa! Whoa! Ralts. Wild Ralts appeared, okay. Pretty weird name for a Pokemon. By the way, I'm not kinda controlling this battle. It's being controlled by itself. So, yeah, I guess this is just like a small little tutorial. On catching Pokemon with balls. So... But I already know how to do it, so... I already had experience with Pokemon games. It's a little laggy. That's actually not good. Okay, let's see. Wait a sec. So I have a lot of dropped frames. And there's something really wrong with my upload. As I can see here in OBS. Sometimes it is about 2000 kilobytes per second, like normally. But sometimes it drops straight to 0. That's really bad. You know what? Maybe I'll try restarting the stream? Maybe it'll help? I really have no idea what's the issue. Yeah, I think I'll restart and then we'll be back, because, you know, chipmunks are back again! Back to their old tricks again, so... Alright, I'll restart and then we'll see what we can do, okay? So... A wild Baltors appears, hopefully. So, I don't know what's the issue, but in OBS I switched server to automatic. I don't know if it will help, but as I see here, it's actually is not helping too much. So basically chipmunks are at it again. I am still dropping frames sometimes. So I thought that the server is the issue, but maybe it's just my internet connection, I don't know. Here's the thing that I forgot to mention about this place where I'm living currently, is that it's good internet connection here, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's not too stable, and I don't know why. Sometimes, you know. That's the sacrifice I had to make when I moved here, so unfortunately. But let's see. Well, for now, it kinda seems okay. Maybe this connection kinda stabilized and stuff. So, yeah, that jumpster dude, is everything okay now? I am dropping frames still, but it's not so much like before. So maybe the stream becomes more stable now. You know, there's this feature in OBS where you can kind of see, there's this kind of like this color bar, so it kind of changes sometimes from green to yellow, but before that it was kind of like from green to red instantly. Oh boy. Chipmunks, please. Please, no. Okay, so hopefully it will be fine. Maybe it was the server issue. Yeah, because usually when streams kinda lag and stuff, then it's probably the issue with the resolution. But the thing is about resolution that I always use the native resolution um, of the console for which the game is released, kinda, pretty much. Your computer is like, what? We are streaming? I don't remember. How am I only used to make videos? Now I'm only used to make videos. Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens when you don't stream too much. So basically, I usually use this native resolution, which is kind of upscaled a bit. So. For example, GBA games, I think I'm using like 720 by 480 or something like that. But the native resolution is, I think, 2 times smaller or even 3 times smaller or something like that. Basically what I meant was that it's not the resolution issue at all. And the bitrate, I use 2000 bitrate, so I don't know. Maybe it's the slow latency feature which I'm using currently. Maybe that's what it affected. Why my stream was affected. Because I use the slow latency feature on Twitch. So you don't see kinda... So I don't see your messages after, for example, half a minute, but so that I can see them almost instantly, you know? I don't know if it's exactly Twitch issue, but there's also the same feature in the OBS itself. There's the slow latency mode. So maybe I should disable it or something, I don't know. Let me check my OBS here. Well, everything seems kinda good for now, so hopefully it will stay the same. Sure. Alright, so I was talking about this about this trip. I'll be talking about it a lot. So today I'm talking more about this meteorite crater park. So here's the thing that happened right at the beginning of the trip. We went there the first day, okay? And okay, let's see, where's that picture? Here's what happened. It was in that park. Okay? So basically I received a head injury. So maybe you are wondering, hey, maybe random meteor just fell on your head or something, but actually no. The thing is, like, there are many things to see in that meteorite crater, okay? In that park. And while I was talking with an attractive tour guide, okay? She was a girl. And you know, while I was talking with her, we were kind of discussing things. She's into animes and stuff, and we were talking, getting to know each other a bit more and stuff. So I was kind of always looking on the ground, because you know there's a kind of like rocky climate all over the place. Right, so I was kind of just watching my step. And for no reason, at the top of this place there was some kind of a small little shed, and you had to take a corner there, you know? You had to take a corner to that shed. So basically, while I was looking at the ground, I haven't noticed the the corner of that shed, and basically I rammed into the roof of that shed. It was very kind of hard to notice roof, you know, when you're just turning right around the shed. So basically I just rammed my head into that shed, and I received injury. So at first I did not understood what happened, because you know what they say when you kind of injure your head, that you don't feel the impact too much. You don't know how much of an impact you had, you know, when you are getting hit in the head or something like that. So I was kind of fine at first. I was kind of, oh, I just, you know, hit my head and stuff. But then I touched that spot, and there was blood all over the place, basically. So, yeah. That's what happens when you talk to girls, basically, you know? So basically what happened was that I needed the assistance of a hospital, actually. Because that wound was pretty big, so... yeah, we went to hospital. And they placed some stitches on that wound. So... and the thing is, that hospital, it was pretty far away. It was maybe half an hour ride from that park and stuff. But the thing is that amazed me that, you know, that people, that these guides, they were being really, really responsible. They told us where the hospital is, and they even let us do that place. Basically, they took their own car, and they were kind of driving to that place, to that hospital, and we were kind of driving from behind. So basically they took their time to actually help me out, you know. So the stupid thing about this injury is that it's now almost healed up. I removed the stitches maybe 3 days ago or something. I visited the doctor, but the stupidest thing about this injury is that it was the beginning of the trip, so basically I had to walk with that stupid patch for 2 days everywhere. So... at first they wanted to kinda place a bandage around all my head, you know, and imagine me going to all these awesome Norway places, you know, and taking pictures with a bandage on my head. It's like, what? No, no thanks. And then I'm like, can I just go with small patch on there, you know? And they're like, okay. So... but yeah, that particular spot where I injured my head, I don't know what is up with that spot. It's the same place where I kinda injured my head many years ago. When I just rammed into a metal bar like an idiot. It's almost the same spot. Leaving footprints in the sand is so fun. Can I run into Pokémon here in this sandy area, I wonder? Master Billy would like to battle. Master Billy sent out Zigzagoon. Again, Zigzagoon. Okay, so today is, yeah, Zigzagoon stream. Too many Zigzagoons. Okay, let's check out the OBS here. I'm, yeah, pretty worried about chipmunks and things, you know, today. I think I made a decent progress today. I don't know. Well, yeah, hopefully chipmunks are having a break, because I don't want to see them again, like, for real. I had enough. Good thing they were nice and helpful. Yeah, I was actually really surprised that they were kind of being operative, and they kind of took their time to actually help me out. Keep in mind that these were the only 2 guides there, so basically when they were away, then there were no guides there at all. So basically if new people came to that place, they would have to wait. So... C dot. Okay. The thing that I've noticed about these chipmunks is that when I'm showing pictures, and they are pretty big resolution pictures, then my stream lags. Maybe that's the issue. So... But yeah, before I was using kinda older version of OBS, but now I finally switched to new version, because I told you that before I had this issue with recent versions of OBS where I myself was sounding like a chipmunk, and the game audio was kinda sped up as well. So I don't know what was up with that, but then I kinda tested out the new version, then I kinda gave it a shot once again, and now everything seems fine, I think. But, you know, you never know. Maybe after I'll finish this stream, maybe there'll be some chipmunks in this stream. I don't know. When I'll rewatch it. When I'll check it out. Basically, the issue was that the recordings were kinda sped up for whatever reason, and it sounded pretty silly and funny, but pretty annoying, you know? But now, yeah, everything is good. And I like this new version of OBS Studio. Because I was using like old-ass version before, and this new version, it's good. I like all these features that it has. For example, you know, there's this small little red button at the taskbar when you know that you are live, you know. It's actually pretty handy. Because, you know, when there is no this red dot, then you know that something happened and you went offline. But previously I did not have that feature, like, at all. Magikarp? Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, it's time for a really tough battle. Really tough battle. Really tough battle. Like a trainer with a Magikarp, like seriously? In this game I think it's level 15 when Magikarp actually learns Tackle. I won't be even surprised if that's the only kinda useful move that it has. Like, for real. So I heard something about these kinda golden versions of Pokémon. How do they work exactly? These shinies or something like that. Are they kinda like OP versions of Pokémon or something? I don't know if they are here actually present in this game. By the way, speaking of Generation 3 Pokemon games, Aside from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I heard there is also Leaf Green and the Fire Red version, which are kinda remakes of the first generation Pokemon games. And the plot there is more related to anime plot. So I heard that those games were pretty good as well. It is, but you know, Gyarados is OP. Yeah, Gyarados is pretty good. But to actually level up Magikarp, it's a torture basically. Okay, so the shinies are just rare versions of Pokemon. Okay. I think I won't be going for them. This vase looks expensive. Peered inside, but it was empty. Yeah, I was actually thinking about streaming Fire Red or Leaf Green. But then I kinda looked at all the games that Generation 3 had. And I went for Emerald because it didn't have anime plot, because I already kinda played anime plot in Pokemon Yellow version when I was a kid. And yeah, one of the other reasons why I chose this version, because it kinda combines the best of both worlds, the best of Ruby and Sapphire. So... because anime plot, I kinda know it, you know, for the most part. So I wanted something new. That seaside cottage is where Mr. Briny lives. He was once a mighty sailor who never feared the sea, however stormy.
If you're going to throw a Pokeball, we can develop Pokemon first. It will be easier to catch if it's been poisoned, burned, or lured to sleep.
I know that, but thank you for your advice. It doesn't have as much anime plot as Yellow. But still, you know, it's almost like Yellow, I heard. It's just that it's in this Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald world, in this Generation 3 setting, so... how can I get here to the right, I wonder? Because there's this Pokeball. Yeah, speaking about this place in general, I thought that we'll be kind of visiting some other places. Maybe we'll take a swim, because you see this small little boat? I don't know what the hell is that thing, but I thought maybe we'll take a ride. Maybe not now. Fire Red and Leaf Green is in World 1? But what about all these Generation 2 and Generation 3 Pokemon? They do appear in these versions as well, right? Only maybe they appear in that first world, I don't know. We must have been fated to meet. May I ask you for a battle? Only Gen 1 Pokemon? You know, currently I see that many people like the Zigzagoon. Maybe he becomes an OP Pokemon, I don't know. People here have a fetish for Zigzagoon, I noticed. No, he's very bad. Okay. Yeah, I guess just, you know, game wants you to use Zigzagoon basically, but you're like, nope. Full restore, what? Hey, no. That's cheating.
That's cheating. Hopefully she doesn't have like unlimited of these things. How about quick attack? Shit. Here we go. After first gym, you'll see no one using him. What does he evolve into, by the way? Maybe he even doesn't have evolution like at all, I don't know. That's a lot of money. A lot of... how was I calling this currency? Pokecoins, yeah. Like bitcoins, only Pokecoins. Here we go. Hello is the beginning of goodbye. I hope we meet again. By the way, I should save my game. I haven't saved my game for quite a while. Pelabor Woods, Okay, that's something new. This Pokemon looks like, I don't know, like a giant onion with an eye or something. He has one evolution, it looks like a white and brown weasel. Okay. I should catch this onion thing. Let's see, where are my balls? Here we go. Your small worm evolves into this guy? Really? So I guess this is kind of like cocoon form, and later it evolves into something bigger. I'll catch it anyway, because I don't invest my time into Pokemon that I won't be using, you know? I don't wanna kinda level up that Wumple, or whatever that's called. It's called. I'll call that worm Gem. I named it Gem, so... Cocoon Pokemon. To avoid detection by its enemies, it hides motionlessly beneath large leaves and in the gaps of branches. It also attaches dead leaves to its body for camouflage. Alright. Yes. How we should name this guy? Well, he looks like an onion a bit. And also, what's with these oons today? You know, Zigzagoon? Cascoon? Here. Perfect. Trainer tips. Any Pokemon that appears even once in a battle is awarded experience points. To raise a weak Pokemon, put it at the left of the team list. As soon as the battle starts, switch it out. It will earn experience points without being exposed to any harm. Okay. Okay, so this dude has a bug Pokemon. 4 of them, Jesus. Hopefully they are just all earthworm gems. Thing is, he pretty much, I think he has like a lot of Pokemon, but they are all pretty weak. And no, I'll stay with my Gex. So you see, my spider sense was right. He actually has just these earthworm gems. So, what? Yep, he has 4 Wurmples. Paralyzed heal. Okay. Let me check something in the bag. So there was something that Pokemon can use items. So how should I actually activate it? Like berries, for example. Item. Give. Wait, so I can give my Pokemon a Pokeball? As well? No? Let's give one Berry. I have a lot of these things. But Pokemon can only hold one item, right? Or multiple ones. Oh my god, I think I'll be pronouncing the word Pokemon incorrectly so many times during this playthrough. Because you know, sometimes I just use Pokemon, even if it's kind of like singular or plural, it doesn't matter. But sometimes I use Pokemons. Although I heard that the proper pronunciation is Pokemon. It doesn't matter is it singular or plural. It's just Pokemon. And that's it. So PP points are kinda your MP points in this game. Pretty much. So as you can see, I don't have much pounds left, so I need to restore it later. Oak says there are 151 Pokemon. Yeah, but it's in Generation 1. But here in Generation 3, I'm kinda curious how many Pokemon there are here. Not a one to be found. Hello, have you seen any Pokemon called Shroomish around here? He don't say... He's not saying Pokemons. Well, yeah, that's what I said, that it doesn't matter is it singular or plural, it's always like Pokemon. It's just that, you know, sometimes I kinda forget about it, and I'm kinda applying the same rule to, like, for other words. But here it's kinda like an exception, so... I really love that Pokemon. I was going to ambush you, but you had to dawdle in Petalburg Woods. Forever, didn't you? I got sick of waiting, so here I am. Devon researcher, okay. Hand over those papers. Aye! Thing is, here where I live, there are super thin walls, so I don't know how loud I can be, you know. This generation has 386 Pokemon. I thought it will be much more, actually. I thought it will be somewhere around 500. So... Team Aqua, okay. Yeah, I heard we have two teams in this game. Team Aqua and Team Pyro, maybe? I don't know. Basically two opposite teams that we have to kind of fight. Okay, so this grunt has only one Pokemon. Puchaina, which is level 9 actually. Let's see, let's leer it. Aqua and Magma, okay. Yeah, I was just saying Pyro because I know that they're kind of like the opposites. One is water team and the other one is kind of like water fire team, so... And it knew exactly the name. It's super effective. I was actually amazed at how much damage I dealt with that quick attack. I think Leer helped here. How much Pokemon there are across all the generations, actually? Maybe someone knows. I won't be surprised if it's maybe around 1000 or something. By the way, the Gemster dude, is the stream okay, or is it still lagging sometimes? I have to, you know, make sure that chipmunks are out of the way, so... Great ball, nice. 807, I see. But still, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot, Jesus. Okay, so first villains of this game are finally introduced. So oh yeah, I was kinda wondering, should I go here, because you see I can't go back on the sledge. So because I think I haven't checked this place here to the right. But yeah, speaking about chipmunks, I remember that when I was streaming Circle of the Moon, Castlevania, chipmunks actually visited me also in the very first stream. Only in the very first stream, and not in the other streams of that game. So hopefully these chipmunks are out of the way here as well. They will only appear in the stream, and that's it. You know. But the chipmunks in Castlevania Circle of the Moon appeared actually for different reasons. Here it's something with connection, but there it was something related to overheating. So there are stuff like Elolan forms and Mega Evolutions. Yeah, I heard about those as well. there's some kind of Alola region or something? Kinda like Hawaii region. And Pokemon have these cosmetic forms, different ones. And also Mega Evolutions. I don't know how they work exactly, these Mega Evolutions. Wait, what? Sometimes there are things on the ground even if you can't see them. That's why I always check where I'm walking. Really? So what, this game wants me just to step on each and every tile and press the button constantly? Wait. Here we go! Well, here it was kinda like obvious, right? That you can get something here. But in other places, for example, that's pretty ridiculous. Have you seen some of the Alolan forms? Actually, no. But I heard they're pretty silly, so... You know, I'm kinda running out of these bounds, so... Oh, so that's how you get here. I see. You're a thief if you try to steal someone else's Pokemon. You should throw Pokeballs, only at wild Pokemon. What happens when you throw a Pokeball at trainer's Pokemon, for example, in battle? I guess just nothing, and that's it. You just waste your turn, you know. Okay, so here's that Shroomish that guy was talking about. Let me link you my favorite. Just tell me the name and I'll check it, because you know these links, yeah, links are kind of forbidden. Alolan Duck Trio. I think I saw some weird looking Duck Trio actually, but I don't know if it's Alolan one. Wait, but wait, why you use the berry? I was not at critical health. Ah. Okay. Great ball. A good ball with a higher catch rate than a Pokeball. I think I'll save it for later, this one. Pokeball. Alright, let me check that Duck Trio. Alolan 1. Let's see. Alola. Duck Trio. What the hell is this? Basically, it's a Duck Trio with hair. With a lot of blonde hair. Okay. Yes, it's pretty ridiculous. Okay, it loves to eat damp, composted soil in forests. If you enter a forest after a long rain, you can see many Shroomish feasting on composted soil. Okay, how should we name this dude? Shroomish. I'm trying to think of something shroom related, but nothing comes into my mind. The Geodude evolution got mustaches, and Executor has a long neck. Executor? I think you meant exec with two G's. Executor. Yeah. Toad? Okay. Let's go with Toad. I don't know why, but let's go with Toad. Thing is about this forest, should I go through it today or should I leave it for next stream though? I'm actually, I think I'm pretty far away. Let's see. Oh, Toad from Mario games, I see now. I see. You know what, actually, yeah, I think I'll be ending today. So... But don't worry, we will have a lot of streams of this game. So let me heal up my Gex. And I think I should visit Zombo a bit, you know, as well.
Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. You can do anything at Zamboka. Anything at all. The only limit is yourself. Welcome to Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome to Zamboka. This is Zamboka. Welcome. Yes, this is Zamboka. And welcome to you who have come to Zamboka. Anything is possible.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done with Zombocan. It's ridiculous. Okay. Let's see. Let me go to that place, to that forest. And then I'll kinda save here so that I know, you know, that I have to go to forest next time. Because, you know, when you kind of, for example, don't stream too much, and, for example, if the next stream will be, you know, after a long time, for example, then you kinda can get lost in this game. The same thing applies, like, to every RPG, to be honest. So you have to kinda make these markers, kinda, so you know where you left previously. So, for example, for me, marker will be, well, when I'm just standing here and I know that I have to go to forest. So. Okay, and I think this will be it for today, so... I'm actually amazed that I haven't catched more Pokemon. I was thinking about catching more. So... But I was kinda talking my ass off a lot today. Actually, was not paying attention too much to many things today, and because I was kinda, yeah, talking about many things, about Norway, about the trip. But I'll talk even more about this trip, where I kinda hurt my head, you know, in some other streams, because I have a lot of pictures to show and stuff. So hopefully these chipmunks won't visit me again, for real, and yeah. So thank you very much everyone for coming. That Gemster dude especially, thank you for keeping me company. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this game, hopefully you enjoy this playthrough so far. And yeah, see you all next time, so cheers.